inside these silent fortresses, sophisticated biometric security systems and live-in caretakers monitor empty corridors day and night, ensuring that multi-million-pound properties remain entirely sealed away from the outside world. An Evening Standard investigation exposed this remarkable scale of the no-lights-on phenomenon, right as London faced the worst housing crisis in its entire modern history with long waiting lists. Paul Palmer, London's leading empty homes detective who previously worked for Westminster Council, revealed his analysis showed at least 740 uninhabited properties worth £5 million or more. Offshore investors continue using some of the capital's finest homes as real-life monopoly pieces, hiding securely behind solicitors and anonymous post office box accounts located in the British Virgin Islands. Experts estimated the combined value of these vacant properties at a massive £3.2 billion, enough funds to construct over 10,000 brand-new affordable homes. This alarming reality unfolded directly against a backdrop where 800,000 people remain trapped on council housing waiting lists, highlighting a severe and growing socioeconomic disparity citywide. The Standard findings deeply shocked then-Mayor Boris Johnson, who declared it made little sense for so much vital living space to be left completely unused by wealthy owners. Mayor Boris Johnson actively encouraged other London boroughs to follow the lead of Camden Council, which charged 150% council tax to long-term vacant property owners. Prominent figures like architect Lord Rogers and interior designer Kelly Hoppen joined the public debate, arguing that owners of massive buildings carry a social responsibility alongside economic ones. These abandoned properties are scattered neatly across a distinctive mansion belt stretching diagonally from Wimbledon and Richmond in the southwest, all the way to Hampstead and Highgate. However, the most severe clusters of these multi-million-pound ghost residences are concentrated heavily in the deeply elite central London enclaves of Mayfair, Belgravia, Knightsbridge, and Kensington. The absolute most notorious ghost mansion address is undeniably the Bishop's Avenue, widely recognized by locals and property experts alike as North London's exclusive Billionaires Row. 15 massive houses located along this single prestigious street, worth a combined total of £350 million, have been completely left to rot over decades. Several of these neglected properties deteriorated into such severe disrepair that local wildlife experts noted how nature began reclaiming the grand structures while human residents remained entirely absent. The true proprietors behind many of these palatial mansions remain deeply shrouded in mystery, with legal ownership frequently registered to obscure companies based in international offshore tax havens. Because these shell companies shield the ultimate beneficiaries behind layers of corporate secrecy, tracing the actual human owners of these valuable London assets proves virtually impossible for authorities. London has historically served as a powerful global magnet for international investors seeking secure and stable real estate assets to protect their vast private fortunes from domestic volatility. Unfortunately, many of these ultra-high-end properties are purchased purely as cold financial investments rather than living spaces, creating sterile ghost neighborhoods devoid of any permanent local community life. Demonstrating this rapid market escalation, when restaurant Racine opened in Knightsbridge back in 2002, the average home price sat at £745,000. By the time the area experienced its later luxury boom, that same average property price skyrocketed to an astonishing £3.4 million for local residential buyers. Beyond just the ultra-prime billionaires' mansions, broader council figures estimated that London contained an astounding 22,000 empty homes lying dormant amid a severe housing shortage. Iconic addresses like 39 Charles Street in Mayfair became prime examples of this phenomenon, standing silently with drawn curtains while global property markets fluctuated around them. Historic landmarks such as Cambridge House on Piccadilly joined the roster of high-profile vacant properties whose monumental facades masked complete interior abandonment over extended periods. Properties numbered 94 and 95 on Park Lane in prestigious Mayfair similarly featured prominently among the capital's most expensive empty architectural marvels, thoroughly recorded by local investigators. Grand estates like Athlone House, located in Highgate, added further weight to the growing inventory of prime real estate left vacant, while capital markets rewarded passive asset holding. This trend reflects a broader global shift toward the financialization of residential property, where homes function primarily as safety deposit boxes for international wealth rather than shelters. Wealthy elites from unstable political regimes frequently deploy London real estate as a reliable safe haven asset, parking millions safely out of reach of domestic tax authorities. The resulting no-lights-on phenomenon transforms entire streets into nocturnal dark zones where multi-million-pound mansions remain completely pitch black through every evening of the year. Local businesses, neighborhood shops, and community services suffer immensely as vibrant residential quarters empty out, losing the steady foot traffic required to sustain everyday commercial operations. Local authorities historically struggled to penalize absentee owners, effectively due to various legal loopholes and difficulties identifying the real corporate entities hiding behind foreign trustee structures. Policy advocates repeatedly pushed for aggressive legislative reforms, arguing that standard council tax rates failed to deter multi-millionaires from letting prime properties sit idle indefinitely. Camden Council's pioneering decision to levy a strict 150% council tax surcharge on properties vacant past 2 years offered a working municipal blueprint. Urban planners and municipal leaders suggested that implementing even higher tax multipliers could successfully force reluctant owners to either rent out or sell their dormant holdings. Architectural critics emphasized that owning prime land in a crowded metropolis carries inherent civic obligations that transcend pure private property rights and financial investment strategies. Later economic shifts proved that relying exclusively on luxury real estate appreciation carried risks, as London prime property eventually cooled as a high-yield investment vehicle. Mayor Boris Johnson continued pressing national government officials to grant local boroughs broader powers to clamp down on derelict mansions blighting otherwise pristine residential neighborhoods. Campaigners intensified calls for mandatory corporate transparency, demanding that offshore entities holding British property openly disclose their ultimate beneficial owners before purchasing land. The £3.2 billion tied up in these 700 empty luxury structures could theoretically finance the construction of thousands of secure homes for nurses. While ordinary families struggled against soaring rents and severe overcrowding across London boroughs, these multi-million-pound monuments to excess remained sealed behind imposing iron security gates. Mayfair maintained its status as a primary epicenter for vacant luxury holdings, where historic Georgian townhouses frequently conceal empty interiors owned by absentee foreign magnates. Elegant white stucco mansions lining the quiet garden squares of Belgravia similarly experienced high rates of long-term vacancy amidst intense global demand for prime London addresses. Ultra-exclusive streets near Kensington Palace Gardens showcased monumental properties whose immense market valuations belied their quiet, uninhabited status throughout successive calendar years. In leafy Hampstead, thriving local community life unfolded directly alongside decaying palatial mansions whose absentee owners remained completely detached from neighborhood civic affairs and events. Highgate similarly balanced bustling suburban activity with isolated multi-million-pound estates standing in eerie silence, guarded only by private security cameras and overgrown perimeter hedges. Extending towards southwest London, leafy enclaves in Wimbledon and Richmond captured smaller clusters of high-value vacant properties, contributing to the wider capital-wide empty homes crisis. Analysts frequently compared the acquisition of London real estate by overseas elites to playing a real-life game of Monopoly with actual human neighborhoods and communities. Complex webs of London solicitors, accountants, and offshore trust administrators facilitated the anonymity required to keep these ultra-luxury properties perpetually dark and officially untraceable. Prolonged abandonment took a heavy physical toll on historic buildings, causing structural water damage and roof leaks that threatened architectural heritage across prime conservation zones. Growing public indignation over the ghost mansion scandal fueled intense political debates regarding wealth inequality, housing justice, and the regulation of foreign capital inflows. Defenders of open markets argued that foreign investment injected essential capital into the broader UK economy, though critics countered that empty houses offered zero social utility. Local councils faced severe bureaucratic hurdles tracking down liable parties when overseas shell companies deliberately ignored penalty notices and municipal correspondence regarding unpaid surcharges. Lawmakers drafted various legislative proposals aimed at closing ownership loopholes and empowering municipalities to seize or heavily fine persistently neglected residential properties. Local residents' associations organized protests and awareness campaigns to spotlight the absurdity of dark mansions sitting vacant, while local housing waiting lists continued growing. Behind the cold financial statistics lay a very human cost, experienced daily by families crammed into temporary accommodation, while multi-million-pound houses collected dust nearby. Economists questioned whether luxury ghost towns would remain a permanent fixture of London's landscape, or if tightening regulations would finally force these empty assets onto the market. Investigative journalism successfully dragged this hidden multi-billion-pound scandal into the public spotlight, forcing policymakers to confront the darker side of global capital inflows. Solving London's acute housing crisis required far more than building new developments. It demanded tackling the systemic hoarding of existing residential space by offshore investors. Ultimately, the phenomenon of rich ghost towns challenged London's identity, asking whether the city should serve primarily as a global banking vault or a living community. Exploring complex urban economic scandals reveals the hidden mechanisms shaping modern cities and highlights the vital importance of transparent housing policies for everyday residents. If you found this investigative documentary insightful, make sure to subscribe to our channel for more deep dives into the hidden economic realities shaping global cities. Drop a comment below sharing your thoughts on how cities should handle vacant luxury properties, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an investigation.